Researchers revealed GPUThor. It defeats ECC on some NVIDIA Workstation GPUs. It can produce host root from an unprivileged CUDA kernel. Researchers at the University of Toronto used non-uniform hammering on Ampere Workstation GPUs. They hammered 4 DRAM banks for 24 hours each. They recorded 72,000 to 377,000 bit flips per gigabyte, with ECC disabled. The RTX A5000 peaked at 377,552 flips per gigabyte. They observed 387 double-bit flips and 2 triple-bit flips. Prior GPU breach page table techniques were reused to reach host memory and obtain root. This matters because the attack requires only an unprivileged CUDA kernel. That can be a code tenant on a shared GPU or untrusted local code. Double-bit errors in a roughly 10 millisecond window let attackers use corrupted data before the GPU aborts. Consequences include DOS, silent data corruption, and host root. Editorial assessment: high. Researchers obtained host root and demonstrated silent data corruption that can defeat SEC DED ECC. With ECC on an RTX A6000, they observed 11 DUEs and 1 SDC in a day. That is about 1 DUE every 2 hours. Finding exploitable multi-bit errors took about 4 days, and end-to-end escalation dropped from 21.9 hours to 1.1 minutes, with optimized patterns. No vendor patch removes GPUThor. NVIDIA says system-level ECC mitigates GPU Rowhammer and was notified. Researchers say ECC helps, but is insufficient. They recommend multi-bit ECC and in-DRAM defenses in future GPUs. Short-term, avoid cross-tenant GPU sharing, restrict untrusted CUDA kernels, and monitor ECC counters. The FBI and Department of Justice disrupted QTFY infrastructure. Authorities seized domains and halted QScan and QT router. QScan scans and infects IoT devices. QT router chains compromised routers, commercial proxy services, and leased VPSs to obfuscate origin. Named victims include NASA, the Federal Reserve, the Department of Energy, the Department of Justice, HHS, NIH, and the U.S. Senate. Other items: CISA added 6 exploited flaws to KEV, including Citrix NetScaler CVE 2026 8452, with telemetry showing 36 exploitation attempts over 12 days. CERTC disclosed CVE 2026 19913 and CVE 2026 19912 in Kaltura HTML5 lib. NovaCookies is a $320 per month AitM phishing proxy used to steal Microsoft 365 sessions. Nimbus Manticore added an SSH tunneler and a 12-stroke-like backdoor. Aikido reproduced Claude Opus 4.6 bypassing booking limits in 9 of 10 runs and observed IDOR cancellations. Affected groups are specific. GPUThor targets workstation GDDR6 NVIDIA parts, like the A4000 to A6000 family. A100 and H100 were not tested. Kaltura shared CDN tenants are exposed. NovaCookies targets Microsoft 365 and federated logins. CISA KEV items affect organizations running exposed Citrix NetScaler and older servers. 2 trends link these stories. PAS and AITM toolkits accelerate credential theft at scale, and CISA shows that people and processes determine detection outcomes, not tools alone. Practical actions. For GPU operators, avoid cross-tenant GPU sharing. Enable system-level ECC where available. Monitor ECC and DUE counters. Restrict untrusted CUDA kernels. For web owners, restrict mwembedloader.php. Allow list service URL and review cache backends. For identity teams, require phishing-resistant MFA and log OAuth redirects. For all, apply CISA KEV fixes, remove clear text credentials, rotate AWS keys, and harden ADCS templates. Sources are in the description and on screen. The reporting cites the University of Toronto GPUThor paper, CISA advisories, CERT-CC, Group IB, Island, Proofpoint, Lumen, Black Lotus Labs, and U.S. government notices. See the full URLs in the description.